Louisiana. She's the exception and never the rule. She's a mystery that asks not to be solved, but simply to be experienced. Louisiana, where you can come as you are and leave different.
Whether you're planning a Louisiana convention, family reunion, or a southern vacation, the Louisiana Association of Convention and Visitors Bureaus connects you to information sources throughout the state. The Louisiana Association of Convention and Visitors Bureaus. The Baton Rouge Area Convention and Visitors Bureau welcomes you and yours to Baton Rouge, Louisiana's state capital. From the old governor's mansion to fabulous dining and Zydeco dancing, Baton Rouge, authentic Louisiana at every turn.
Popeye's Chicken and Biscuits, featuring Cajun-style chicken, red beans and rice, and buttermilk biscuits, all flavored by the memories and imaginations of Louisiana chefs. Popeye's Chicken and Biscuits, committed to preserving Louisiana's flavor heritage.
Here in Louisiana, we have a saying, we don't eat to live, we live to eat. And y'all, that could have a double meaning. In every bayou village and home we visited, we found one thing to be true. Although all of our dishes taste great, they're not all good for us. So my mission today is to take our time-honored recipes and make them a little healthier for us. I'm Chef John Folse. Welcome to Louisiana Cooking with a Change of Heart. All right. How y'all doing? Well, I like that smile. That's what I'm looking for. Hello. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Look at that girl right there. How you doing, Martha? Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Brad.
Nice
how are you? Hey, how are y'all? Huh? Good. Nice to have you. Look at these smiles here. That's what I love, right in the front row, right at the front table, these beautiful smiles. Thank y'all so much. Hey, y'all, great to have you here today in my home kitchen. It's wonderful to be here to serve a bunch of Cajuns great food. At least I hope it's great food. If not, don't be booing me or nothing. You know what I mean? Y'all, I want to introduce Martha Longman because Martha's the reason we're all here today. Martha's from Franklin, and she sent us a great recipe from your mother-in-law, right?
Yes, sir.
And she did a beautiful barbecued shrimp. And y'all, barbecued shrimp is one of those dishes that have been around Louisiana waters for a long time, and you know how we like to flavor things here. My challenge is to take her mother-in-law's great recipe with the butter and all that wonderful stuff, and y'all have to try to modify it a little bit. You know what I mean? You know? Yeah, all right. That's the challenge. You think I can do it, huh? Well, anyway, I went over to Brad, and I'm going to introduce Brad in a minute, but Brad Freelou's wonderful boat, and learned how to make that great recipe. So, y'all, why don't you visit with us and see what I learned? We had a great time. Sunrise over the Gulf of Mexico, shrimp boats dotting the horizon, trawling for the day's catch. There's something mystical about that. It just warms a Louisiana boy's heart. Today we're traveling down Bayou Dolores to Dulac and boarding Brad Freelou's cool chain. All right. Hey, Brad, this is the first time I walked the plank. How are you doing?
Welcome aboard the cool chain, Mr. John. How are
well,
you?
Hey, great. Very nice to be here. What a beautiful boat. I got to take a little tour of this, huh? Look at the height of this thing. I mean, this is a pretty big boat, huh? How tall is this?
The booms are 60 foot.
60 feet high. Now, is this what actually the nets are hooked to? Or?
Those drop down.
Oh, they drop down.
They spread out and then the nets hooked to the
side of the boat. Now, how long is the boat?
72 foot, 72 by 24 wide.
72 feet, and now, how far out into the Gulf of Mexico does this boat go?
Basically, I don't never go over 20 miles offshore, but it's capable.
Pretty good shrimping out in that area?
Generally, different times of the year, it does get good times, but generally year-round.
Well, if this thing is maxed out with shrimp in the hole down there, how many pounds would you have on?
I'd sure like to find out. I'm sure I could hold 35,000, 40,000 pounds if I could catch them.
15, 20 tons of shrimp on a boat like this. What makes the Gulf of Mexico shrimp better? Is it flavor? Is it size?
I think a lot you got to do with it is the freshness that it's capable of getting it to the customer. It's so much fresher, you know. And
now, we have white shrimp here, we have pink shrimp, we have brown shrimp. In your opinion, what's the best shrimp to cook with?
Oh, the white shrimp.
The white shrimp is the best?
I prefer them. There's a lot of people prefer the brownies, but I prefer the white shrimp.
And what's the largest size you normally catch out in this area?
Sometimes you'll get to 10, 15s, 15, 20s, but basically with 21, 25.
21, 25
is
counts.
average,
Yeah. So a man can still make a pretty doggone good living. Judging from the boat, you can make a pretty good living in shrimp.
You have to work for it, but you sure can.
Down in the galley of the boat, I caught up with Martha Longman, who was already melting butter for the barbecued shrimp. So hey, Martha, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing fine
Good,
today.
good. Looks like you're getting the recipe all started here.
Yes, sir, I am. I'm melting the butter right now, and I'll be adding garlic and paprika and a few other things in a minute.
Now, this is a major part of the recipe is a lot of butter and a lot of oil because we're actually cooking the shrimp in seasonings that are placed in this butter. Where did this recipe come from?
I got this recipe from my mother-in-law.
Now, you told me she had given you a collection of old handwritten recipes.
Yeah, she did. We have it's just a 3-ring binder.
Right.
Nothing fancy.
Oh,
It's not published.
those are the best cookbooks. Martha and I prepared that unbelievable sauce, adding the garlic, paprika, salt, and y'all, a whole lot of hot sauce to get it spicy. When she finished up, I placed the shrimp in a baking dish. Just look at those gorgeous 21, 25 count shrimp, fresh from the Gulf of Mexico. Let's take a look at this. Isn't that great? Those are really, really beautiful. Now you put a little olive oil in. Now where are we so far? A little Worcestershire sauce went in. Huh? Put a little Worcestershire sauce down in there. Good. Oh, look at it. The smell is incredible. Okay, now that pours right on top. And then this goes into what, a 300?
350 oven for about 10, 15 minutes. You don't want to overcook the shrimp, of course.
Right, right.
They'll be hard to peel. But the shrimp are going to cook right in this slick.
Well, y'all, I ate my fill of barbecued shrimp, dipped a little French bread into the sauce, and taking my little care package, I headed for home. Just another typical day at the office. Typical day at the office, right? Brad, thanks a million for inviting us onto the boat, of course, and not only inviting us, but a full kitchen on a cool change, and of course, that's where I got my lesson in barbecued shrimp. Martha, welcome. Nice to have you and your daughter, Ann.
Thank you.
And also brought a nice dish today that I'm happy about. Now, the recipe, as we were talking about, came from your mother-in-law, right? Now, look here, Rex. Rex, I want you to get a picture of this beautiful little girl right there. You see that little girl right there? This one right there. See that? Oh, I tell you, she's a beautiful little girl. And once she grew up, she became a beautiful lady. This is her mother-in-law. And let me show you this picture right there. And I'll tell you what, after looking at all these daughters here, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful woman. And now she also shared with you a recipe book, didn't she? You were telling me about.
Yeah, she did. I have this cookbook. It's handwritten.
Right.
And just
that was all. Let me see it for a minute. Now these were all her recipes. All of these. I mean, look how neat she was too. I mean, really nice and neat. How many recipes in her collection?
Oh, probably about 70 or 80.
70 or 80, y'all. That's a good mother-in-law. That's a great mother-in-law right there. Well, my challenge here, you know, is to do this wonderful recipe in a modified fashion. Brad actually brought me the shrimp, and Brad, I forgot to introduce your wife, Valerie. Yes, sir. Nice to have you here as well. Now, y'all gonna pass food to the audience through me, right? I'm gonna hand y'all some things. Make sure you don't eat it all as I get it to you. Okay, y'all, right here. Now, you started with butter, and y'all, I don't think I introduced Rex, did I? Rex is my lead cameraman here, and he's going to be stirring the pot with me. Look at a beautiful face here, huh? He's going to be stirring the pot with me here with that camera. You started with a little butter, about a half pound.
Yeah, 2 sticks.
Yeah, 2 sticks, half pound.
Quite a lot.
That equates to a half pound.
Oh,
Mark.
yeah, quite a lot.
I'm going to start off with a 1/4 pound of light margarine. Now, what is light margarine, y'all? Light margarine is margarine that is whipped with water. So if I put a 1/4 pound of light margarine into this pot, you notice the steam coming out of it? That's because the water in this margarine is actually starting to evaporate. So you have to capture, when you use light margarine, you are using half of the fat, but at the same time, you're also losing half of your liquid. So it's evaporating out of there. So to start my sauce, now you used a lot of garlic. Huh?
Yeah, 4 cloves of chopped garlic.
4 cloves. Well, I'm modifying. I don't have as much fat as you, so you don't mind if I put a lot more garlic, huh? Y'all don't mind, huh?
More the better.
Oh, I didn't think y'all mind. I'm putting a lot of good garlic in there, y'all. And I'm going to saute this around. And I think, as you can see, once the garlic hits the pan, you can see the water in there, too. You can see how quickly the water comes out of that margarine. But, of course, you need water in a recipe like this as well. So as I put the vegetables in, of course, it's going to keep most of that water from evaporating out of there. Now, you used a Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah.
I'm using a low sodium. Same flavor, same everything. I have the fat. I just cut the fat in half. Now I'm going to put in that nice Worcestershire sauce right here. It's going to have all of the wonderful flavors of Worcestershire. But again, we cutting back the salt because, you know, in modifying recipes like this, y'all, and the challenge not changing the flavor, I have a real task, right? So the thing I want to remember is that we are what we eat in Louisiana. Whatever we put in here, we got to live with. So the more fat we put in here, the more salt we put in here, high blood pressure, coronary disease, all those things, I have to take that as a cook into consideration. But I have to keep the flavor, otherwise you're not going to eat the shrimp, right?
That's right.
You say, well, I don't want that. I'd rather. So, and of course, moderation is okay too. It's all right to go ahead and do that. So now I'm going to let this simmer here for just a little while. Now, Rex, while my sauce is starting here, you want to look at some shrimp? Oh, Brad, what a good guy you are. What a good guy you are. Take a look at these shrimp. Now, this is the shrimp that Brad brought us right here. This is what, Brad? 10?
10-15.
10-15 count. When is the season for this anyway?
You can generally catch them year-round, but the good season's in August.
Yeah, good seasons in August. So I got 21. I got about 10-15 in here. This is the 21-25 count, y'all. This is what most people think of as a big shrimp in Louisiana. 21-25 count to the pound, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right here. Now, Brian, take a look at this one. Most people always ask the question, what is the difference between a shrimp and a prawn? A prawn, this is a Dublin Bay. Look at the big paws or claws on this shrimp. And of course, it's in the shrimp family, and it's just a huge shrimp is a prawn. So there it is right there. River shrimp, y'all. The Cajuns of Louisiana on the river use the freshwater river shrimp in their barbecue. But look how small it is, but full of great flavor. And then the bread. You have to have a lot of French bread with barbecued shrimp. Now, where did the little shrimp come from? The little bread.
We got those at Best Bakery in Houma.
Oh, yeah, so those are nice. But look at these long French breads here. Really, you have to dip French bread, y'all, into the sauce. Talking about sauce, Rex, here we go. My Worcestershire sauce and all that nice stuff. Now I'm going to put some parsley in here. Okay, I'll put parsley. I'm going to put a lot of herbs. Basil, thyme, tarragon, because herbs are really good. When you're cutting back fat, you want to make sure that you put other flavors in the dish. So herbs are really nice. Now pepper, how much pepper y'all want? Huh? Oh, yeah, y'all want a lot of pepper. That's okay, I can put a lot of pepper in here too. I'm going to put fresh ground. And y'all like cayenne?
Oh, yeah.
Huh? I don't hear nothing out there. Huh? Huh? Pile it on. What about some hot sauce? Is it okay to put hot sauce in there too? Oh, yeah. Well, we barbecue and shrimp. And remember, y'all, we cooking the shrimp in the shell. So since we cooking the shrimp in the shell, we want to make sure that we remember that all of this seasoning won't get through the shell. It's going to get on your hands and everywhere else. Now, with that being said right there, now I think I'm ready to go on to my shrimp. Now, Rex, take a look at my platter of shrimp here. Oh, how would you like to look at these bad boys right here? Now, as far as for the fats, y'all, I'm using light margarine. A little bit olive oil went into the recipe in place of butter. I cut the fat 85% in this recipe. 85%. All right, you ready here? Oh, this is how it's done. Right over the fresh shrimp in the shell, y'all. You bake it at 350 degrees for about 10, 15, 20 minutes, depending on the size of the shrimp. And then you can put a little lemon juice on top of it like that, put the lemons on it, and, of course, it's going to go into the oven there while you look at that, Rex. Now, let me throw this into the oven because you know what? I think I have some in there already. In fact, Rex, I know I have some in there already. Woo. Now, let me see what these look like. They should be boiling away here in that nice sauce. Oh, yeah. See that? See the size of those shrimp? Oh, they're just fantastic. You see the color? Oh, that butter's just... Oh, can you smell that? Now, Rex, come over here. Come over here and take a look at these right here. Look at hers. Her shrimp are nice and you see how nice and orange they are from sitting in that nice hot liquid. Just really beautiful. And of course they pick up all of that great flavor. So as the shrimp starts to cook, you can imagine what this flavor looks like. Look at the herbs I put in there as well. These are really nice. Now, Rex, let me show you something here. I have to show you something real fast, Rex. Oh, I tell you, I wish your camera could taste. You ready for that? Huh? Look at that, Rex. Oh, look at that. Hey, take a bite of that, Brian, since you brought the shrimp. Take a bite of this.
Excellent.
Tell me what you got. And, you know, I have to give a couple of these. Oh, I'll tell you. I have to give a couple of these shrimp out. There's, you know what, let me get a little spoon here because these are so hot right out of the oven. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean, Rex. Huh? Let's see if I can go. Oh, these things are too hard to work. Huh? There's yours right here. And I'm going to get one more over here. Y'all, these things are absolutely magnificent. I wish you could smell these. Oh, yeah. A couple of them. Now, you know what I want you to do, Brian? I want you to, there you go, that's yours. And let me know what you think. I know they're good and hot. Brad, I'm going to give these to you because I want you to hand those out. Let's do this. Now, these are going to be hot, so I'm going to give you a little napkin there. And just take them and put them right there so you can dish them out. There's some plates. And don't you eat them all either, Brad. And then I'm going to taste some of these for myself here in a little while. And by the way, there's bread, too. Look at all this bread. Valerie, make sure you send those out. All right, y'all, the next dish I'm going to do, that looks pretty good, huh? Oh, he knows. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, I tell you, there's nothing like these classic Louisiana dishes like these because they are so fantastic. And you know, you brought these beautiful shrimp right here, and Ann brought the melliton. And I got to show this to now. Ann, look, this is the chayote squash, y'all, of Louisiana, and Ann boiled those lightly in a little salted water, and then of course put. What did you put? What all did you put in here? Now, you have to talk loud to me.
It's the millitop pulp.
Right.
Boiled shrimp.
See, shrimp, y'all. She put shrimp in the melliton, and then we baked them. They're just a little onions and celery and all that.
Celery and butter.
Yeah,
garlic.
these are for me. Ann brought these for me, y'all. Y'all keep your hands off of those, huh? All right, y'all. The next dish I want to do for you, Rex, we have to go to the table here one more time because this is one of the most classic of early French dishes in Louisiana. This right here is called Beef Bourguignon, beef chuck. And you see that bottle of wine right here. This is Burgundy wine. The French brought this with them to Louisiana when they founded our state back in the 1700s. Normally they cube the beef and they cook it with bacon. Oh, a lot of bacon. Of course, they put vegetables in it, the onions, the carrots, the mushrooms, and they fill the pot with salted pork with a lot of fat on it. And of course, to modify it, I'm going to put a lot of fresh vegetables and this wonderful cube meat. But look here, Rex, I trimmed all of that fat off of it, and I'm adding a lot of herbs. So that's where I'm at right now, y'all. And I actually, look at this pot. This is slow browned, y'all. I actually took turkey bacon, and I browned the meat in the turkey bacon. You see there's very little oil down in the bottom of the pot. See how dry this is? And I'm using a lean beef chuck, turkey bacon, and a defatted stock, so there's 50% less fat in this beef burgundy than a classic beef burgundy. So now, Rex, let's go ahead and put our ingredients together here. The bacon, you don't want to throw that away, right, Rex? Y'all never want to throw it. You know, y'all, in Louisiana, we love smoky meats. Now, unfortunately, for so many years, we've been eating those 90% full of fat sausages and all that other stuff and bacon, but you don't have to do that. You can use the turkey bacon to get the smoky flavor you like. Now, garlic. Look at my garlic. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. How's that shrimp? Huh? Too hot to eat, I know.
Right now.
Stick it in your mouth like I did with your shrimp. Just, you know how, there she does. Hey, do that one more time. Huh? Look at Rex, you got to get that, huh? That's the way Louisianians love barbecued shrimp. Brad, how's that shrimp? You tasted any?
I gave mine away.
Oh, you gave yours away? Well, get another one. You got plates in front of you there. I don't want you talking bad about me after taking me out on the boat there. Yeah, go ahead and take a few of those. Pass a few of Martha's around, too. Those are fantastic. Now, you see the garlic? I wish y'all could smell this right over the pot here, y'all. The beef has been browned for about 30 minutes, slow and long, because that's what beef Burgundy is all about, caramelization of the meat. In fact, take a look at that real close there. Right, see how brown that meat is. It's really fantastic. Now with that, I'm going to put in the rest of my flavors. Onions, see that? Now, not only chopped onions, y'all, beautiful young pearl onions. Beef Burgundy always has the little pearl onions in it like that, too. It's just tradition. Now, it's got to be in there. Now, you notice we don't have celery in here. We don't have bell pepper because this is the classic French dish, and they didn't put bell pepper and celery in a lot of their early cooking. Now, with that, tomato paste. And I'm using a low-sodium tomato paste, y'all, because, again, I'm trying to cut the salt out but keep all of the flavor. So, again, I hadn't lost any flavor by using the turkey bacon in here. So that's in. And, of course, the tomato is going to give the burgundy that really nice color. And the majority of the liquid in here is wine. Wine, absolutely. This is a dish of the Burgundy region of France. So I'll saute the onions with my tomato paste for a little while. Oh, y'all, I wish you could smell this up close with the bacon, the tomato. Oh, it's really nice. Now, I'm going to, with that being done, let me see, what else we putting in here, Rex? Oh, yeah. Oh, carrots. Why? Carrots are super sweet, and as we add them to the pot, they also become a thickening agent. Carrots start to disintegrate, and they thicken a lot. I didn't remember that, okay? Got to have good carrots. Look at the button mushrooms, y'all. In beef Burgundy, we use the small button mushrooms, and I'm going to show you a big mushroom in a minute, but that's the small button, and we add those in, and of course, fresh. So you can see all these beautiful flavors going together here. Now, to thicken it, I like to add just a little bit flour, not much, just a little bit flour to it like that. Beautiful, just to pick up some of that fat down in the bottom of the pot, but it'll also help thicken it as it cooks. Now, once that's all stirred together, now the wine. Now, when you cook with wine, y'all, I'm adding a whole bottle. Y'all don't mind, huh? Oh, a whole bottle of good Burgundy, y'all, a whole bottle of great Burgundy, there it is. Keep the kids away from this pot and don't let them do it. Don't let them do it on their own. Now a little stock. Little beef stock. This is defatted beef stock, y'all. Very, very nice. And again, herbs. Because French loved herbs. And this is tarragon, a little basil, a little thyme, just really beautiful. Parsley, green onions in here. And then I'm going to even put some whole sprigs of, look at that beautiful thyme right there. The whole sprigs of thyme go into the pot, as well as a little bit rosemary down into that. Low sodium, y'all. I'm using a salt substitute. Just kind of pile it on. And by the way, you know, I forgot to put the salt substitute on my shrimp just now. I was running so fast. But salt substitute on top of the shrimp, and you even put them on after they're cooked. So y'all stir this around. Let this come to a boil, put a lid on it, and pot roast this, y'all. Pot roast it for about 3 hours, stirring occasionally. And look what it looks like here. Oh, Brad, you're in the right spot today. Huh? Oh, look at this, y'all. Oh, you got the best seat in the house. Look at that. Huh? Look at that burgundy sauce with all of that rich mushrooms and pearl onions. This is fantastic. Now, I have to give a little taste of this. I'm going to take a little bit of this, y'all, and put a little bit of the pasta in. And you normally serve this over a flat pasta. I'm giving this to Ann, Brad. This isn't for you. Hey, you didn't bring me anything to cook. You brought me raw food. That's for you, baby. No, seriously, Brad, you go ahead and serve some of that. In fact, here's some pasta. Here's a pasta spoon, and y'all serve that out a little bit. Couple of dishes that go well with this. Look at this. Stuffed mushrooms. This is the portobellas stuffed with crawfish stuffing. I use the olive oil, no butter, y'all, skim milk, and egg substitute. 70% less fat in this dish. 70% full of stuffing. And fruitcake cookies. Fruitcake cookies, people always kid about fruitcakes, but let me tell you what, in Louisiana, we love them. And we made them with light margarine, egg substitute, evaporated skim milk, and, of course, we cut the fat 50%. 100% of the cholesterol out of these cookies. I'll tell you what, I'm going to take two. I'm going to put them over here. Y'all, I want to know who says Mama's cooking can't be healthy. You ready? Here's a cookie coming at you. All right, here's a cookie coming at you. Hey, y'all, thanks so much. I'm going to feed every one of you. Good. Pass that shrimp around, huh? Hey, I'm still coming at you, y'all. Y'all, we have a lot of great dishes, and they're going to be good for you as well. Thank you so much.
Louisiana. She's the exception and never the rule. She's a mystery that asks not to be solved, but simply to be experienced. Louisiana, where you can come as you are and leave different.
Whether you're planning a Louisiana convention, family reunion, or a Southern vacation, the Louisiana Association of Convention and Visitors Bureaus connects you to information sources throughout the state. The Louisiana Association of Convention and Visitors Bureaus. The Baton Rouge Area Convention and Visitors Bureau welcomes you and yours to Baton Rouge, Louisiana's state capital. From the old governor's mansion to fabulous dining and Zydeco dancing, Baton Rouge, authentic Louisiana at every turn.
Popeye's Chicken and Biscuits, featuring Cajun-style chicken, red beans and rice, and buttermilk biscuits, all flavored by the memories and imaginations of Louisiana chefs. Popeye's Chicken and Biscuits, committed to preserving Louisiana's flavor heritage.
Something old and something new, Louisiana Cooking with a Change of Heart, is available for $29.95. This companion book to the television series features over 150 recipes. To order, please call 1-800-973-7246 or send check or money order to the address shown on your screen.
A Taste of Louisiana, Louisiana Cooking with a Change of Heart, is available for $19.95. This VHS video contains one episode of Chef John Folse's new television series. Please send check or money order to the address on your screen and mention the show number with your order.